Hey everyone, happy Magic Monday.
Hello, welcome back to everybody.
Welcome back. We have to welcome ourselves back, I think.
Yeah.
You guys may or may not have noticed that Christine and I have been absent for 2 weeks now. And this time it was not for vacation.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you see by the title today, life got a little messy for both Christine and I. And we just wanted to pop in today and talk about that and talk about how we handle things, how we did things well, how we did things not so well, and really just address it today because everyone comes into situations like this in their lives. And to be more particular, I lost a family member 2 weeks ago, and Christine last week dealt with major surgery for someone very close to her. And so we just want to talk about that today.
Yeah. So when life gets messy, it's really, I think, fundamental to understand when we talk about all these wonderful ways to shift our mindset and get new perspective around things and find time for personal stillness to kind of, build that resilience. That's really, really wonderful to do when things are going a little easier or things are in flow or, you're sort of in a nice sort of, momentum and routine around it. But really, we do all this, right? Because when life does get messy and all of a sudden circumstances change and there's just more stuff that we have to deal with that we normally don't have to deal with, a lot of stuff comes up. And we hope to be able to draw on some of these tools and practices, right? And sometimes, as Lorna said, we start off with a good running start with all the best intentions, but it can go a little sideways.
Yeah. And I mean, and I'll speak for myself here. I think I really went into old patterns really quickly, and I was not all that aware that I was doing it. And for me, what that means is I go into this I'm fine mode. And I do all the doing, and I make the airline reservations, and I talk to the hotel and get the car and do all the logistics and call and who's going and who's not going and what's this going to look like and where are we going to eat. And I don't stop to breathe. I don't stop to, pay attention really to how I'm feeling, which, even though I do this work, I found myself in that position.
Yeah. So the I'm fine is really a good one. It's definitely a great habit, I guess that gets formed because most of the time we're doing pretty good, and maybe we don't give ourselves enough credit, but most of the time we are doing pretty well. But the I'm fine oftentimes is an automatic cover up to a lot of things. And for me, as I was moving through, just more responsibilities, different schedules and routines, it really took a very focused effort to kind of be with what was just happening, So yeah, I was more tired than usual. Yeah, I had to, make sure that I wasn't kind of overdoing and over controlling. I actually, pulled the lever a few times, and told some clients that, what, I can't be present for you as I thought I might be, because I was still trying to be fine, right? Yeah. And rejiggered my schedule. And at the same time, part of me was I had to keep reminding myself that I just had to go with the flow. I mean, this was the other thing, of bringing a new awareness to, like Lorna, yes, I did the logistics, and let's make it like a Rubik's Cube, make everything fit. But sometimes we just need to kind of just go, what, let's just see what happens, and give yourself the breathing room. Yeah. And so being fully present to it also sometimes means just recognizing there's only so much you can do and so much you can control.
Yeah. And I think, Christine, you were much more aware as you were moving through it for the self-care, for the, what do I need right now? Do I need to cancel a client? And unfortunately, or fortunately for me, right, it's just another lesson. I went back into that grit your teeth and just get through it. And, so then I woke up one morning and it was waterworks and it was, oh my gosh, I'm such a mess. I am such a mess. And it came out sideways, right? It wasn't about dealing with the death of my family member. It was about some silly other thing where the emotion finally came out.
Yeah.
Right. Which is what's going to happen if we don't deal with it head on. And
and we need to pay attention, and all of it is good. I mean, that's the other thing, is when we do lose it, or when we are feeling like, for me, there was a lot of impatience around, like, really, this too, and really, kind of just bringing awareness to that, I need to be kind to myself through this process. It's not easy. This too will pass, this is unusual for now, and we're doing the best we can, and sort of just be present with everything that's coming up, the physical sensations, the negative or maybe tough emotions, just sort of going into it. And I found myself, really kind of just, kind of finding ways to just give myself awareness around it. And sometimes that's all you can do. It's just like, yeah, okay, this too.
Yeah. Yes. And I think that's the overall arching theme here is, right, you may have been more aware during it. I may have been less aware, but in both cases, we just need to have compassion for ourselves and to be gentle with ourselves, because however it's coming out and whatever goes down, we need to, we know our own story and we should love ourselves through it, right? Who better to care for what we're going through than us?
Yes.
And
yes.
I didn't beat myself up when I realized it. I just shifted and allowed myself to feel like I was messy. And then I went from there.
Right.
Right. And so there's always something in this for us.
Always. There's always a lesson. There's always an opportunity to, see and revisit old patterns, and stay conscious around things. And the whole key in this is we do this with a kindness, with an acceptance that whatever is happening is absolutely what needs to happen. And there's a trust there that kind of washes over you when you give it some space, right? To, like you said, recognize you can turn inward, and regardless of all the stuff that's going outside, there's that sanctuary there.
Yes.
That we practice.
Right. And you kind of can recognize that there's this drama, that it's almost like your life is a stage.
Yes.
And how and in what way are you going to participate? And what are you going to make it mean? And are you going to, and then you have that distance from it. You kind of can take stock and pay attention from that level. So, we're back.
We're back.
We're feeling, we're still, Christine, you have a really busy week because of everything that happened last week, but
going on.
But we're glad to be back, and Magic Mondays will be continuing as per usual.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear from you. Please, send us some updates. What do you do when life gets messy? Are you too hard on yourself? Maybe there's an opportunity to set an intention this week to, it's Monday after all, right? To be kind to yourself and to just know that when you're in it, it's, you'll come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Beautiful.
Right.
Take care.
Have a great one. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.